Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. Today I want to do a full face of my cheapest makeup products that are worth it. So these are definitely very inexpensive. They are the cheapest products I have, but there are a few that are like technically not the cheapest ones that I own, but the cheapest ones I own I don't feel like are even worth buying. Like, why put on a full face of makeup with products that don't even work well? You know what I mean? This isn't like the $20 makeup challenge kind of thing. In that case, then I would use those. But for this, I just want to do a full face of makeup that looks really nice, but they're very cheap products. I'm really excited about this because a lot of these products are so good and they are like honestly insanely cheap. Like, I cannot believe that some of these products are at the price point that they are because they are so good. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. I just got out of the shower an hour ago, so my hair is wet. Please ignore. You are gonna see a trend in this video, and the trends are Wet n Wild and e.l.f. They seem to be the most inexpensive but good quality products that you can find out there. I have a few other brands, but most of them are Wet n Wild and e.l.f. Just so you know, you're gonna hear a lot of that because they do such a good job at a great price point. So for primer, I have two different products that I can use. I have the 3-in-1, oh wow, that's why it's in a different language, because it's the other way around. I was like, I can't read it, that's so weird. I swear it was in English. Literally all I had to do is turn them all around. So this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Coconut 3-in-1 Primer Water, so you can prep, set, and refresh with this. And then this is the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. So I am gonna spray my face with the Wet n Wild spray, and then I'm gonna prime on top of it because I never feel like primer waters are enough for priming. Does that make sense? I mean, the only one that I've ever tried that is like probably would be a pretty good primer is this Farsali Rose Gold Skin Mist. This stuff, it like when you put it on, it does get kind of tacky. So I think that one works, but most of them don't. I don't know why I had to like go on that tangent. Okay, so while I'm applying the e.l.f. primer, I just wanted to say that Wet n Wild spray, so the coconut one is my favorite scent. They also have a cucumber one and a rose scented one, and the coconut one is my favorite, but I know a lot of people really like the cucumber one. It's a really good spray, and it costs $5.99. And then the e.l.f. Poreless Primer is $6. So if you guys have been around, you know that I like to do my eyes first, so I'm gonna prime my eyes now. I just like to prime my face first to kind of let it sink into the skin. The eyeshadow primer I'm gonna use is from e.l.f. It is $3, and my hands are so slippery, I can't open it. Okay, there we go. It is a tinted eyeshadow base, and you guys know, again, if you've been around on my channel, that I love the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer Potion in Eden, the tinted one. Wow, that's my favorite. So I feel like this is kind of like a drugstore dupe in a way. And to be honest, I haven't really used this enough to say whether or not like it is very comparable to the Urban Decay one. You know what I mean? I've never actually used this on a long wear day. So I think the Urban Decay one is like the slightest bit more tacky when you apply it. But regardless, I think this is a really good eyeshadow primer for $3. Now for eyeshadow, so I've always thought that the drugstore has terrible eyeshadow quality. To be honest, there's not a lot of great eyeshadows out there, at least not that I have access to. I feel like at Ulta, maybe you could find some decent ones like NYX and maybe a couple other brands, but most of the ones that I've came in contact with are not that great. I do think that they are like improving, but they're not quite there. Some of the ones that I've came across that do perform decent are these Wet n Wild Color Icon eyeshadow palettes. Now when you take into account that these are only $4.99 each, that's a pretty good price for the eyeshadow that's in here. Like honestly, these perform, like I said, pretty decently, and for that price point, I would say they're really good. So I have 3 different ones here. Let me see if I can hold these up. They look like this. And I am like, honestly, okay, so I know that this isn't gonna be the most fun look, but like right now, this palette right here, it's like really calling my name. It's like very neutral, but it's kind of like that like soft glam, like natural kind of vibe. But I'm really feeling these colors right now. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna use this one. And it's really nice. I mean, a lot of these do really good at this, but this one has a very light shade that will be good to set my primer. And it has the black in here. It even has like a really dark shade that like probably look pretty good on my eyebrows. I'm not gonna use that for my brows because I have a different product, but I think it would actually look good like as a brow powder as well. Okay, so the one that I'm gonna be using is Nude Awakening. I'm gonna use this shade right here that is closest to my skin tone to kind of set down a little bit. I don't really feel like I need to because that primer actually, it didn't crease or anything and it dried down really well. I've used all of these products before, but it's been a really long time since I've used them. So I kind of forgot how good some of these are. But that's why I picked them, because I knew that they were like ones that I liked, but I didn't really remember like the full-on experience of using them. Okay, I'm gonna go into this shade up here, and the nice thing about these palettes is they do kind of like try to give you a guide of how to use it. Like if you can see on the back here, they tell you what you can use the shades for, and they kind of give you like an example. I really like that they do that, because like these kind of are like beginner friendly kind of palettes, and like I always think that this is a good place to start when it comes to makeup, because like why spend $50 on an eyeshadow palette that you really don't even know how to use yet? You know what I mean? So like these are a great option for beginners, or just anyone really. You don't have to be a beginner. These are great shadows. I'm gonna go into this maroon color right here, and I'm just gonna deepen up that outer part of my eye. Whoa, that's getting dramatic pretty quickly. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go back into that transition shade and just kind of blend some of this out. Now I'm gonna go into this shade right here, this pink kind of shade. I think I'm just gonna use my finger. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Now I'm gonna take this flat angled brush, and I'm gonna use the black, and I'm gonna use it kind of like a liner. It is so black. Wow, this is like a really, really good black. I've been using black eyeshadow as a liner quite a bit lately. I'm going back into that maroon shade, just kind of adding some more in. And I'm really liking that technique as like a quick liner option, because like sometimes just busting out the liquid liner can be very dangerous. So I really like to use shadow, because I feel like it's like so much easier to use a shadow over like a liquid liner. I'm just like adding a little bit more of that pink color, the pink shimmer shade. Okay, I like that. Okay, so for foundation, you guys. So I know I tested this in a video a while back. I think it was a full face of Wet n Wild that I was testing. I'm pretty sure it was. And I hadn't used this foundation stick since that video until about 2 weeks ago, and I can't put this thing down. Like, it is so good. I don't know like what happened, but I just saw it one day and I was like, I should try that out again. It's been a while, like, and wow, I just love this foundation stick so much. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Stick Foundation. I have the shade Shell Ivory. It is so beautiful, and it's $6.49 for the foundation stick. They also have the liquid version of the Photo Focus, and it's also $6.49. That's a great foundation as well if you don't like stick foundations, but holy crap, I'm in love with this thing right now. And I just like, every time I do my makeup, I'm like, I want to use my Wet n Wild foundation stick. I don't want to use anything else. So I've been doing my makeup like every day. I don't know. And it's not just this foundation stick that's making me do my makeup every day. I've just really been into really getting back into using my makeup a lot more than I had been over the summer. Or, well, I used it in the summer, but I would say like over the full time, I kind of didn't wear that much makeup. But I'm really back into using my makeup a lot more again, because I really want to use up products. Like, I have so much makeup, and I'm not trying to brag, like I'm really not. It's like kind of becoming a problem now. I'm just really over all of the new launches. Like, it's just insane how many launches are coming out every day, and I just like, I want to use the makeup I have. It's so dumb like that I buy so much makeup and do these reviews and all this. Like, you guys probably won't be seeing many reviews on my channel in the next few months, because I just don't want to buy a lot of makeup. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it is a problem. Like, it's so hard for me to not buy makeup, because it's just like, this is my passion, so I have a really hard time not buying makeup. So maybe you will see reviews, I don't know, but I'm just trying to say that I want to use my old makeup, and I just don't think that it is realistic for everybody to go out and buy all these things that people are putting out. Do you know what I mean? Like, people buy stuff and they use that one thing because it works, and why have 50 palettes that you don't even use all the time? So here is the foundation. Should I get closer? Oh, just like look at it. It's so smooth and so beautiful. Oh, I love it. Okay, so for concealer, this is one of those things where like technically the cheapest product that I own is the LA Girl Pro Concealer, the HD concealer. And this used to be so hyped on just in the beauty community in general. This is only $4.99 and it is a really good concealer. I just hate the packaging a lot because it has like this like brush tip. I haven't used this in quite some time. This is definitely expired. So I am gonna use this, but I do have another. Did I mention I hate this concealer? Anyways, I do have my e.l.f. Camo Concealer, which is my second cheapest makeup, and this stuff is really good. It's just super full coverage, like extremely full coverage. I feel like this concealer is not quite light enough. Maybe it is. I don't know. We'll see when I blend it out. Oh wow, it's actually almost empty. Stop farting at me, please. I don't know why LA Girl never repackaged this into like the stereotypical concealer tube with a doe foot applicator. Like, this is terrible. But maybe it keeps it cheap. Okay, you know what? It looks really good. Which is good because I didn't really want to use my e.l.f. concealer because it's so full coverage. Like it's honestly kind of like too much full coverage for me because it's very thick. It's a very, very thick concealer and it is super concentrated, so like it can be like overbearing, it's just too much sometimes. This is actually really pretty and I haven't used it in so long. It's like a medium coverage, which is nice. Both of these have a really good shade range, but the LA Girl, like I said, is $4.99 and this one is $6. Oh my gosh, my foundation and concealer looks so incredible right now. Ooh, like how are these drugstore? How? Now to set down, I'm just gonna set down my under eyes, I think. I might do a little around the face. I always end up doing the whole face basically, but I'm gonna use the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder Translucent Pressed Powder. I used to be obsessed with this. It is a great powder. It's definitely matte. So if you have a super dry skin, I mean, honestly, I have dry skin and it works for me. So what am I talking about? It's just very matte. It's a really great powder and it's only $3.97. $3.97. Can you believe that? That's crazy. That is so cheap. This Wet n Wild bronzer is so beautiful and it is so good. I started using this again. I also tested this in that Wet n Wild video and I started using this again the same time I started using the foundation stick. This is the Color Icon bronzer in Sunset Striptease. Holy freaking crap, you guys. This stuff is so beautiful. It is really, really blendable and I really love it so much. There are very few bronzers out there that I get and I feel like when I blend it into my skin, it doesn't overtake my foundation. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but like you can see it here and then I have this part here that's pretty blank. But a lot of times when I use a bronzer, it is such a contrast that like to me, yes, I know a lot of people like this like bright jawline, but to me it just looks so stark like white compared to my bronzer that it's like too obvious. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like this one, I mean, I think it shows up a little bit more lighter on camera, but in person, the gradient between my contour and the part on my face that I don't have any powder just looks so smooth. Like it's not super overwhelming like a lot of other bronzers do to my face. Because I'm just so fair skinned. And I always thought that was kind of weird when I used this bronzer because I think technically this isn't the lightest one that they have for the Color Icon bronzer. I think this is the second one up, but it just looks so good. Like I love it so much. Oh my god, how are these drugstore? Okay, so for blush is another Color Icon. I swear to god, Wet n Wild with this Color Icon line, everything in the Color Icon line is almost perfection. It's so good. So these are the Color Icon Wet n Wild blushes. I love these so much, and I feel like I use them pretty often on my channel. One of my favorite ones is Rose Champagne. It's a nude blush. Oh my gosh, like these are just so pretty. It's a very nude blush. Apricot is a really good one as well. I mean, all of these are good, but they're like a very buildable blush. They're not matte. They have some shimmer in it, but it's not glittery. It's not like super overpowering. It's just like, it just makes your cheeks look really natural and pretty. I do think I am gonna go for Rose Champagne because I feel like it goes really nice with this look. It goes honestly good with like every look out there because it's a nude. I have this habit of bringing my blush like all the way up here, and it doesn't look bad, but I need to remember to like, I want to try to stop bringing it up so high. Kind of want to keep it like concentrated in this area, but I keep forgetting just because it's such a habit for me to like kind of bring it up. I think sometimes it can get overwhelming when I have like bronzer up here and then blush and then highlight, so really hard to break a habit though like that. Oh, this makeup looks so good. Okay, I need to stop. I need to calm down, like for real. Guys, I just get so excited about makeup. Highlighter. So the cheapest one that I own is this e.l.f. Baked highlighter. This is the shade Moonlight Pearls. It's very pretty, but it's a very, it's more of a subtle kind of highlight, which I have been into lately. So I think I might enjoy this, but when I saw that it was my cheapest one that I own, I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to use that. But again, this is a product I haven't used in a long time, and I used to really like it. I'm trying to find my highlighting brush. Yeah, so I haven't used this in a long time, but when I swatch it, it looks like just like a natural kind of highlight. So I think I actually will like this. Normally, I like to use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighters. This is another cheaper product, but the e.l.f. one is only $4 and this Wet n Wild one is $5.49. So I am gonna use the $4 one because this is a full face of the cheapest makeup that I own, with a couple exceptions. Ooh, yeah, okay. So you see, it's like a subtle kind of highlight. It's not like super blinding. Like the Wet n Wild ones are blinding. But I've really been into this whole like, just like a subtle kind of highlight. And I don't really feel like this one emphasizes your pores or like any texture on your face that much. I mean, all highlights emphasize texture, let's be honest, but it's not too bad. It's just like a subtle, like really pretty, like glowy kind of highlighter. Okay, I'm into this again, okay. I feel like I'm rediscovering products. And it's so nice. I knew there was a reason I kept these in my collection. Okay, I want to spray my face a little bit because I feel like the matte powder kind of made it look pretty matte. I kind of don't want to get it on my eyeshadow too much for some reason, but... Okay, let's go back to the eyes. So I'm going to start with this maroon one, which could be a mistake, but we will see. Okay, now for my inner corner highlight, I am going to use this shade right here. This is next to that pink one. And I'm gonna use that for my inner corner highlight. Ooh, yes, I like that. If you guys have seen a few of my last videos, you know that I've really been enjoying the e.l.f. this one, the e.l.f. Plump It Up Mascara. This one is really, really good. I really like the brush on it a lot. This is $5, but by 1 penny, the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara is $4.99, and it is so good. I have this in my purse because it's like one of my favorite mascaras. It does magic, for real. Like, it is so good, and it's one of the most inexpensive mascaras on the market. Essence kills it with mascaras. Any of these Lash Princess ones, the ones that like look like this, are really, really good. And mascara is one of those things that I feel like you can find at the drugstore. So many great mascaras that are very, very comparable to high-end mascaras. Like, I don't ever suggest, honestly, buying a super expensive mascara unless you are super set on it and really like obsessed with it, or you're just obsessed with makeup and you can't stop buying it. Let's use this mascara. And it's so volumizing and just so lifting. Ugh. I feel like you guys can see the difference even in not coming up close. Like, look at that. Okay, now for a liner, I'm gonna use a nude liner. I think that this would look good with black too. I feel like it would look really good with black, but anyways, I'm using a nude liner. This is the Rimmel Exaggerate Waterproof Eye Definer in the shade In the Nude. I have used this on my channel many times before. It's one of my favorite nude eyeliners, and it is only $4.44. nude eyeliner isn't like super necessary, but it does make your eyes a little bit brighter and more wider and more awake looking. So I personally like it, but I think that it's not like the most necessary thing in the world. And this is also very unnecessary, but this is a Wet n Wild mascara. It is the Megaslim Skinny Mascara. It's waterproof. It's $5.49, so it's definitely like an extra. Like you don't need to buy this because I only use this on my lower lash line, but I really like it because I do find that a lot of mascaras smudge underneath my eyes, and this one is waterproof, so it doesn't really smudge, and it's super tiny. Do you see how tiny this little brush is? So it makes it really easy to do the lower lash line. Okay, this next part's gonna get all kinds of out of order, but I'm gonna finish up my eyes. I'm gonna do a brow bone highlight. I'm gonna use that same shade that I used on the inner corner on my brow bone. My cheapest brow pencil is this e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. This is the shade Deep Brown. This is $5, and it's pretty incredible. Something feels off about the evenness of my brows today, but I'm gonna say that it looks good enough. We're almost done. I'm gonna put on lashes. I have been obsessed with wearing lashes lately. But before I do lashes, I'm gonna go ahead and just finish off my lips because I want my videos to be relatable and a little bit more realistic, and I just don't feel like people wear lashes very often, like ever, really. So I'm just gonna put on lipstick now. The cheapest lipstick that I own, and these are really good lipsticks, are the Wet n Wild Mega Last lipsticks. These are $2.99. I have so many of these guys. These are just the shades that I'm kind of contemplating on using. These all I feel like it would look really good with this look. The only thing I would say about these lipsticks that I don't like is they get so dirty. Like, do you see? Like, they look absolutely disgusting inside that tube, but they're only $2.99, so I don't really care that much. I mean, I guess there is one other thing, is that these do sometimes fall out from the thing, but again, they're $2.99, so I don't really care that much. So there's some of the shades I swatched. Super full coverage, very creamy, very inexpensive. I think I'm gonna go with the very first one that I swatched up here. This is Bare Doll. It's the broken one, but it's probably broken because I like to use it. And I really just, it's such a really pretty color. Alright guys, so this is the final look with no lashes. But now we're gonna add lashes because I'm obsessed with these lashes, guys. I can't stop wearing them. I've talked about them so many times on my channel, but I don't even have the packaging anymore. I'll put the picture of what it looks like in the packaging up here. I think these are online only. These are the e.l.f. Faux Mink lashes. It's a newer style that they have, and they're so good. They're only $5, and I just feel like these are great lashes for people who have never tried lashes before because they're just so inexpensive and they're beautiful. Oh my god, these are so gorgeous. Where is my lash glue? Why can't I find you? Why have you gone away? Okay, so the lash glue I'm gonna use is the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive. It's $4.99, inexpensive, and it's a great lash glue. Where's all my stuff? I can't find my tweezers. Okay, this is before lashes. And this is after. Okay, now I know these lashes are drama. Like, they're very, like, dramatic. They have other styles as well on the e.l.f. website. These are the style Troublemaker, I'm pretty sure. Now that I have them on, maybe they're not the most beginner friendly because they are super, like, pow, like, lashes. Which I feel like when you first use lashes, it's very overwhelming. Like, whoa, it's so much, even with the more natural looking ones. So maybe these aren't the most beginner friendly, but if you want really dramatic lashes for inexpensive, maybe you are wanting that kind of look, these are great lashes. I love them. Okay, you guys, that's it. That's the look. That's a full face using my cheapest makeup that I own, with just a few exceptions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely found some products that I love so much. I'm so glad I revisited them. And I feel so re-inspired by Drugstore makeup because I'm not gonna lie, for a little bit there, I was like really about the more prestige makeup, but I'm really getting back into Drugstore makeup. I don't know where it came from all of a sudden. I just like, yes, give me the Drugstore makeup. So I hope you guys found some new products that you might want to try out, or if you have them already, maybe you'll rediscover them too, because these are amazing. These are so good, and I still can't believe that my full face is Drugstore. Insane. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I would really appreciate if you considered subscribing to my channel and like this video if you enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!